is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. We can tell me how we can do it together. When we look to the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the BNP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher, wonder when it does stop, comrades. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. We can tell me how.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
All right. Bless up, my wonderful people. All right, you know that we are going to have our melting pot roping shortly, right? And of course, we are going to address some situation today, particularly what went on as it relates to in the Senate, the lies, the manipulation and the disinformation and the misinformation, right, as it relates to the crime rate. We are going to break that down for Jamaican people. And let me say this. You know what, before I do that, let me just go into the chat and meet and greet my wonderful supporters here. All right, Chuck Life, right, is in the front of the class today. Bless up yourself, Chuck Life. Right, we have Dorrit McCoy, 1357, blessings. Beverly, big up yourself, Beverly. Paul Wilson. All right, let us see who we have again. Right, and people like up the live, send it out because, in the meanwhile, we are, getting ourselves ready. Livana Miles, blessings, Mr. Khan family, right? Blessing to you as well. Laverne, blessed love everyone, right? Crucial Acri, right? 8037. Good day, Mystic and others. Same to you, my friend. Right? Ever Richard, King Lion. Wagwan, King Lion. There, bless up yourself, boss. Big up, Mr. B. Yes, King Lion. Patricia, big up Mystic. Yes, Patricia, big up as well. Patel Krushank, right? Never leave us out, Patel always here, right? And Elaine, 8595. Now, for all those persons with their blue jacket, my lieutenants, right? My soldiers who soldiering with me, right? In terms of we are buckling for good governance. Jamayard one said he look Mystic, he look same way, my brother. Right, and Ilian Turner, right, all my blue jacket lieutenants, right. Again, we are saying that yes, we will tolerate, right, people from all walks of life, right. Whether you want to come into the chat and have what we call a respectful conversation, but my blue jacket lieutenants, from once you start to get disrespectful, right, of course, they are going to put you right where you ought to be, right? Now, having said that, Jamaica, let us reason. We are all in for good governance, and particularly when it comes to crime, right? Because, when you have a prevalence situation with crime, and crime is prevalent, right? It is not good for business, right? And I mean, yes, that is well known. However, right, we want, and this is one of the reasons why it is important when we talk about a government that is transparent, is honest, right? And those two attributes is very important. This government doesn't have them. Doesn't have those attributes. And that is one of the reasons why right, we are going to address the situation this morning, right? I am not saying that might be, right, they are making any effort in fighting crime. But the figures that they are pushing out, right, those figures are extremely lie. And when you have a commissioner of police becomes a political operative, right, controlling the numbers, right, working with a kleptocratic government to put out a certain narrative that is not true. We have seen the PIOJ doing it as well, the Planning Institute of Jamaica, right? These are situations that we have to address, right? Because when you have these critical institutions, right, telling lies to suit the government narrative, it is a fundamental wrong. Now, let us drill in that. For the PIOJ person to come out, right, and speak of how poverty reduced from 18% to 7.5% without completing a general census. There is no way Jamaica, under no circumstances, he could have gotten those figures. So then, proof number one of institutions that colluded with the lies that the current government is selling. It is wrong. It is immoral. It is unethical. It is just wrong. Here it is. You have the crime situation also being manipulated. Again, it is wrong. It is immoral. It is unethical. And I'm going to show you how they manipulated it. I'm going to show the world how they manipulated it. So now, I am going to show my Jamaican people. We have Abka Fitz-Henley in the Senate today, right? Lead out the campaign, selling the narrative of lies to the Jamaican people. We also have Charles Sinclair, right? Applauding Horace Chang to be the one that innovative, instrumental in terms of reducing crime. Now, surprisingly, we also have Duncan rub the narrative in. So you see the plot that they came out with. Now hear how deceitful they are. I see Senator Floyd Morris asking a question about JPS, which was fundamental. But Tom Tavares quickly cut him off. He wasn't asking Tom Tavares to respond enough. Right? Was asking the young lady to respond. But Tom Tavares quickly cut him off and shape a narrative. Right? And at the end of it, skillfully saying, if you want to answer the question, then go ahead and answer the question. That is so deceitful. So then here you have a Senate, right, decided that they are not going to address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is JPS issue. But what they plan to do, use the crime that they totally camouflage the number and overshadow the essential issues that need to be addressed. So then, nothing about the JPS, you understand, was going to allow to go through as it relates to Tom Tavares. You see how hypocritical they are. What are we paying them for? So let me ask a question. The current issue as it relates to JPS situation, where taxpayers' money being given to JPS wasn't a priority issue to address. So the priority issue that needs to address was the lie that they concocted, the misinformation and disinformation that they had concocted today, talking about crime, and that overshadow, overkill everything, right? Again, blindfold Jamaicans, both locally and diaspora. That is what the Senate sets out to do, right? We elect, right, members of parliament, right? We never elect those senators. They have been appointed. But that is what they are appointed to do, to come out with misinformation and disinformation. It's a fundamental wrong. It's a fundamental wrong. And we are showing you solid points of how these crucial institutions in our society decided to politically malign, sell into the narrative of Jamaica's spin machine, political operative, to sell a narrative to make Andrew Holness look good. Again, that is the reason why you have, right, checks and balance in places, right? And if it was a modern democracy, this again today proved that Jamaica is a banana republic. If we have, right, a genuine democracy, Andrew Holness wouldn't still be in the system, right, obstructing. This is crucial obstruction that he's doing and continues to do it because PSOJ in line with him. It's just plain and simple. Now, let me take on, since I have something for Abka Fitz-Henley, let me take on Charles Sinclair first. Mr. Sinclair, I've seen where you boasted about Horace Chang being the inspirator as it relates to the so-called manipulated figures of crime. And this is one of the reasons why, right, Horace Chang cannot travel because the United States, right, doesn't want him there as a result of what came out in WikiLeaks. This is a man known to involve in drugs and gun shipment. So that goes for you, Charles Sinclair. And I heard you talking about social media have some nasty things to say. Social media have some truth to speak. What we are saying, it is in the WikiLeaks report. So are we lying about that? We are not lying about that. And this is a man that are talking about. He is inspirational in bringing down crime. Garbage. Garbage. I am not one of those, right, platform that is going to sell any narrative that Andrew Holness bring down crime. No, I will not. I will never, ever do that. And one of the reasons why I will never, ever do that, because Andrew Holness is simply not an honest person. If Andrew Holness can have Wayne Henry manipulating the figures as it relates to the poverty rate, Andrew Holness will do anything. So nothing that coming out of the Jamaica Labour Party administration talking about their excellent performance and bringing down crime, it is garbage. People, let me say this to you. It is 100% garbage. Pure lies. Now, let us listen to Abka Fitz-Henley before me take him on and give him solid evidence of the manipulation. Yes, man, we're ready for you, Abka Fitz-Henley. So when you come out, right, and you prepare your Senate on the planet before now, want to make sure so on the planet before now, and then on the run out, you understand, wanting to sell a narrative, you understand, to make Andrew look good, you understand, as it relates to his performance. Andrew, let me tell you something. You saw the Pinnacle showing up, right? Because guess what? Government procurement don't use with the Pinnacle. So Pinnacle was able to be completed, right? Partially 1 year, right? How long the corruption continue as it relates to Cornwall Regional Hospital. From 2016, we had to refurbish on it. And the projected cost now is $23 billion. What I am saying, am I lying? The projected cost to complete Cornwall Regional Hospital now sits at $23 billion. Right? You are corrupted. All of you are corrupted and involved in the corruption. So then, let me just show the people what Abka Fitz-Henley, the plan for today. Let us listen to him. So, the plan for today was even mentioned before by Abka Fitz-Henley, you know. You understand? He spoke about it before he goes into the Senate and do his damage. So let me show you where he spoke about it before to show you that it was a well-executed plan that they carry out in the Senate today to speak about crime and journalists carrying down crime and rare, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, garbage that they are selling to people. Now listen to this, my Jamaican people. Here is him before today that he goes into the Senate and carry off the same nasty line of lying, disinformation, misinformation, and God he knows what else.
There's a concept in news media.
Hear him.
That's known the world over. That if man bites dog, it's news. If a dog bites man, it's not considered news. In other words, what's considered unusual or new is used to guide headlines and the lead line, the main line, the opening line of a story. Hence the word news. What is new? I saw a headline in a newspaper and one in a traditional electronic media platform saying murder surged past 600 in Jamaica. This is in the context of an over 40% decline in murders. In the context of Jamaica being set to record under 700 murders for the first time since 1994, 31 years ago, and under 1,000 murders for the first time since 1997, 28 years ago. But the media entity went with a lead line, a headline of Jamaica surges past 600 murders. And I thought to myself, given the guiding principle of what is considered news, why then would an editor say, look, let me go with something that has happened for the past 31 years, as opposed to what has changed and what is new, what is considered a development that, didn't really take place for the past few decades. Make of that what you will. But what I said in terms of how news is written and what is considered new is not a trade secret. It's known the world over. As a matter of fact, first year Caramac students would know that. Interesting perspectives. And hopefully what I've said might give you an insight into how news is supposed to work and the concept of agenda setting. So there's a concept in news media that's known the world over.
Okay, so let us take, and if you look at it, my Jamaican people, see it is 1 day ago. So that they came out now, right, after receiving such information to plan against that. To come out this morning, him, Charles Sinclair, and Duncan, DK Duncan's son, right, to now come shape a narrative when they know that it is lie. The numbers are manipulated. So listen, you have not done nothing in terms of your line. And we are going to show you, Abka Fitz-Henley, where the numbers clearly manipulated. We are going to show both locally and in the diaspora. Right? So let me take him away. This piece of, lying lips. Right? What are you selling to our Jamaican people? Lie and deceit. disinformation and misinformation, and we are happy that we are here, right? To push back on misinformation and disinformation. I agreed with the Prime Minister that we need to have the war on misinformation and disinformation. And that is exactly what we are doing. So, Prime Minister, I thank you to launch the war on misinformation and disinformation, because that's exactly what we are doing, with you first in the making. Now, let us go and show Jamaican people what you have done. Right? Let us reveal what you have done as it relates to your dead category. And that is wrong in terms of what you have created under Andrew Holness administration to push, right, some homicide into certain areas and don't call them murder when they are absolutely murder. And then the Commissioner of Police who fail, you understand, to investigate these things and put them in the appropriate order for them to be called murder. That is wrong what you are doing. Just to what? You want to compete against Portia because Portia, right, between 2012 and to 2015 brought down the crime to 1,005. So then you are now PRing that, okay, I want to go below 1,005. You understand? To say that I outcompete Portia. What is this? This is not politics. This is not good politics. This is foolishness what you are doing, Andrew Holness. We applaud if crime going down effectively, using effective methods, not lies, not create programs to mislead people. Let me show the people them. Let me go and show the people them what you are doing. It's wrong. It's a fundamental wrong. So don't come out with that. Look at the dead category what you guys created. Let me bring it up for the people to see that to see this. Right? Here is your dead category what you created. Death investigation in 2023. Death investigation, you know. Death investigation. 119 in 2023 that you have under. In 2024, 172. The grand total of that, as it relates to death investigation, is 291. Right? Now, homicide, 18 in 2023. Right? Body found, 61. Decomposed body, 24. What happened to these? Because people not just walk. People not just walk on them body. You understand? Just decompose like that. What happened to them that follow decomposition? Body found 61. What happened to the body that found 61? Have they been investigated? Any bullet wounds on the body? Right? What state you have found the body in? Body found. What kind of foolishness is this? 223 in body found 61 in 2023. Body found 74 in 2024. A total of 135. Now watch this now. Decomposed body found 24 in 2023. Decomposed body found in 2024, 58. The total of that, 82. Hospital mortality, 2023, 5. In 2024, 24. Grand total, 29. Skeleton remains found. All them foolishness here. 11 in 2023. In 2024, 3. Total of that, 14. Undetermined death. So under death investigation, you know, you have homicide, body found, decomposed body found, hospital mortality, skeleton remains found, and you see the numbers between 2023 and 24. No, undetermined death, inconclusive, 13, right, in 2023, 15 in 2024. None of them are going to murder yet, you know. Them are something our person are going to murder yet, you know. See murder want to have under here, see it here. So murder, 1,405, right? In 2023. In 2024, we say 1,146, right? A grand total of 2,551, right? So on a murder, we have murder, death, self-defense, right? 1, right? In 2024, 8. Death, self-defense, 1, right? So death, self-defense, 2024, 8. Now suicide, right? Non-crime, so forth, death by misadventure, right? But let us look on the possibility of what could, you understand, being properly investigated, right? And put into the murder figure. Because here, these are the categories. Let me make the people understand. You have death investigation. You have undetermined death. You have murder. You have death self-defense. You have suicide, non-crime, death by misadventure, manslaughter, right? Now, let me ask you a question, Andrew Honest. Was this method being used in Portia Simpson time? No. This particular method that you are using to hide murder was not used with Portia Simpson. Right? Portia Simpson, as it relates to the system that used, right? When it is murder, they call it murder. And they don't take out, because look, this is what we are talking about. Death investigation. Let us make the people understand. Under death investigation, because you said murder is 1,405 in 2023. Now, all right. Death investigation, what you have here. Remember, you have 119, as it relates to death investigation. Homicide, 18. Right? Body found, right? 61. Decomposed body, 24. Right? Hospital mortality, 5. Skeleton remains found, 5. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask Abka Fitz a question. Upon this point, right, investigators cannot decide whether or not these were murders. The homicide. No investigation done to find out whether or not they were murders. You understand? So that they can come under the murder category. Remember now, 119 of this foolishness on Avenue. 119. And in 2024, we have 172 of this, out of this madness here. And remember, we don't get to look on the 2025 scenario we want to put out, Uno notice how we put out that? Uno notice how we put out that again, uno hide things. So see, you are going to tell me that murder 2023, right? 1,405. But yet, death investigation 119, which is 18 homicide, 61 body found, 24 decomposed body, hospital mortality, skeleton remains found. You understand? You can't say whether or not, you understand, there were murders. The investigation cannot determine whether or not those were murders. So, sir, this system, why Andrew Honest have come up with a system like this? My question, why Andrew Honest never follow the same system of reporting what Portia Simpson used? But to come with a lie, to come with a trickery to the people, you create something now like this. You create them a foolishness, yeah. To hide our murder. Because basically, what you are doing here is to hide murder. Under the death investigation of 119 people in 2023, how much of that being investigated and conclusive that, okay, these are murders? In 2024, same thing, 172. So we want to see the 2025 Andrew Honest of death investigation we want to have, where we not decided to put in the murder. So I show the Jamaican people what I do. This is the way I want to hide them. And the death investigation alone, right? 119 in 2023 now. Unno see it go. Unno see it go. In 2024, from 119 to 172, you know see it climb. So what the 2025 there? Mr. For the 2025, we can't find it. What to do with it? Uno hide it like the FinSAC report. Right? Uno hide it like the Crawl report. And run, come on now, that spread propaganda in the Senate. What free gonna take people for? One thing people are idiot. Let me take this away. One thing people are idiot. Run, come out, big and bold. In the Senate to tell lie. And I come out and I make you look good like when you carry down crime under 1,000. I don't want to make Andrew Wallace. You understand? Andrew Wallace, hold on, let me take a call here. Blessing caller, you're on the line. Mystic Sensation.
Yes, blessing Mystic. Hey, Mystic.
Yes, my brother.
This is the road where I go down.
Yes.
It's a very clear part that the Jamaica Labour Party is lying and the police is lying. And I'm going to give you a simple scenario.
Thank you.
Mystic, if 2024, right, ending and 2025, we have 450 cases where them can determine
Yes.
the cause of death. It doesn't take 11 months for the pathologists.
Hold on. Repeat what you said. Repeat what you said. I want the people to hear what you're saying, and that is what I am talking about.
At the ending of 2024, they have 450 bodies that they said is undetermined cause of death. Meanwhile, we have the pathologists that goes down and do the autopsy on the bodies. So bodies that was there before, you're telling me that the pathologist goes to Jamaica and all those bodies that were found early up in the year, he does other autopsy before those bodies?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
And then this is it. We don't get the amount out of the 450 in this year to go into the pool for 2024.
Exactly.
2023, the entire 2023 done, 2024 done. We don't get the amount that they reclassify. We're not getting the amount because these people are lying. You cannot bury a body in Jamaica without the cause of death being determined.
Exactly.
So you're telling me that all these bodies from, let's say 2024, all these bodies from 2024, now is the ending of 2025. You're telling me that those bodies that were given a death certificate and buried already, you're telling me you have determined the cause of death?
Talk to the thing, my brother.
While if you have somebody who just sick and die in Jamaica, even when them going to the doctor, you cannot get a burial slip without you getting an autopsy. That is unbelievable and unreliable. But you see, it comes back to everything. Andrew Wallace has run a ring around Jamaica.
Exactly.
And Andrew Wallace started this ring when he give the permanent secretary $20-something million. People missing the boat, you know. It's not the politicians alone get the big raise affecting Jamaica, you know. When Andrew give the permanent secretary, then him give the judge 300%,
Yes.
then give the police, the top hierarchy, 200 and 100%, then they take 300%, then them give the principal them run ring round the school another 100%. Come on, Mystic.
Exactly.
But Jamaica people, we can talk till we blue. Jamaica people now stand up for them own. And Jamaica people act like them are the baddest people in the world, but them can't bad up themselves at Jamaica. Them lost them fight, them lost them spirit. And the PNP need to come on full-time, organize a protest for the people. Use the playbook where Andrew used. We have no accountability in the country, zero accountability. If you put something in the judiciary, don't have the hope on the judiciary. Because we have seen it, that the same judiciary makes some ruling that is controversial to the law. And we don't see them judges, they lose them license.
That's true. But for example, put out the example, for example, Paul Buchanan case.
But before we get to Paul Buchanan case, we have to draft for one of them. The big one is Dalrymple. How can the judge fine her $950,000 when the woman steal more than almost $2 million?
Look at that.
And that judge still sit today in court. The same thing happened with Andrew case. The judges enable Andrew case.
No, well, remember that Andrew case never go to the judges, you know, it goes to the corruption prosecutor who made that decision, and that's why she's not there anymore, right?
Yeah,
but
I'm saying,
yes.
I'm saying when the judge give him 3 things that he can appeal for a judicial review.
Okay.
It starts from there.
Yes.
He shouldn't have gotten a judicial review.
Well, might be they want.
That just shows that the people who are totally responsible have no teeth. Because you can't tell me if you live in America and live in Canada and you're supposed to file your taxes. Them now communicate with you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times and say, yo, listen, we need this. We live in America and Canada and we see me live in America, we can tell them, this is police commissioner don't file him taxes. I don't say him have illicit enrichment or more money. No, him no file him taxes because he want the extra money to pay for his mother because his mother sick. And he lose him job. Then
look at Wesley Snipe. What happened to Wesley Snipe?
Him lose him job. So when we can see even a man like Xavier Meehan, we're not talking about $100. We're not talking about $1 million. We're talking about people who hide over $500,000 worth of assets.
Exactly.
And cannot explain how them come by it. And when this is what the poor people realize. When it's your kids, the burden and proof is on you to prove you're innocent. When it's the rich man, the burden and proof is on the court to prove your innocence. So no, she said them must switch the play for uno. They must switch the play and uno just sit down. Uno make JPS. Imagine a company like JPS. Uno have JPS down there and uno allow the government to tack on insurance and uno bill. So basically JPS is operating without an insurance.
Let's look at that.
They operating without the insurance. Them get $50 million before hurricane, and you have that stupid man who's leading JPS coming to tell us that the systems that were built for category 3. When we have had category 5 already. How can you tell us that? When you look at you see housing just are allowing houses to be built. That is not up to the standard, but all we can go back to is we need to look at the standard. No, we don't need to look at the standard.
But look at Nakala.
We need to look at the standard. We need to start holding people accountable.
Exactly.
We had the meltdown with FinSac and we put things in place. And still yet, it come up and we're still looking at process. The people who was on the FSC board, all of them get $20-something million and gonna sit home. Nigel gone home. Where in the world can you see cases of this magnitude and nobody no go prison? Nobody no go prison for only nobody for cash plus.
It's crazy.
Nobody for SSL. Nobody. We have police break left, right, and center, and up to this day, I've never heard of a police sergeant or captain lose his work. So what are we running? But it's left up to the People's National Party, my brother. Because we can talk till we blue. The only thing we can do is go down there and protest. I'm not sure them the people in Jamaica will come with it. No, because them selective, my brother. Them selective. The people them are very selective.
Boy.
When you see a big scam like this and over 100, the government will come tell us that them give a 100 or some thousand package. But there's almost 200,000 people affected. So one package per a person get over 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Madness.
And then why you not come tell us how much are the packages that we get from donors has been distributed? I know we can't get that information.
Exactly.
But the Jamaican people now watch what one Byron them start take the money them already Byron.
Of course. Of course.
Them start take the money in a transportation and all type of things.
Yeah, man.
Organize them contract already.
There is so true. There's no checks and balance in ADPEM. You understand? What happened to the independent committee?
The independent
NARA. What happened to so-called NARA?
This is what I'm telling you, Byron.
Crazy.
The justice system is failing Jamaica because I can tell you, the contractor general, she do some work, but there's a lot of low-hanging fruit. She not working. She not working. Because you can't tell me you're a national cry for evil. The first situation with Darrell Vaz, I know she don't get those documents. They don't have no teeth.
Well, I don't know if that being investigated at the current time. I would hope so.
But Byron, we live in our first world country. And if too many people start screaming, say something don't look good.
Yes, man, it would have been investigated long time, man. Me understand what you're saying.
Investigated.
Yeah.
But too many times we see things don't look good. And not no come out time. We see sign bill for $16 million with LED light where you can't go buy anywhere. And we don't see no investigation.
Don't take half $1 million off it. It is 17 million.
One for 12 and one for 17. And two of them bill.
Yes. 12 and 17.
We don't see no accountability. None. Zero. So when when sometimes we see the contractor general or auditor general come with something, we don't have no faith. Just like we don't have no faith in the commission where all Andrew responsible, supposed to hold Andrew responsible. Because if them was doing what them doing, there's no reason Xavier Main shouldn't be charged with illicit enrichment. Zero.
Well, let me tell you something, and this is where we speak that Andrew Holness is going down the road of, autocracy, because I mean the Integrity Commission, right? They came out clear, and they said that, right, he is to be charged, right? Whatever they want to do with due process and claiming due process, I don't know, but if it was a first world country, they would have charged him ass. You know that he would have been charged.
Look at it, Mystic. Look at it, Mystic. You're going to charge him, and it's $250,000 for every year he doesn't file. That don't make any sense. So you're telling me somebody can't have millions, just 1 billion himself of 120 million. You don't know him get it. And you're telling me if you not file for 5 years, 5 times 2 are 10, like 1.2 million you're going to charge him. And then he sit there, still handling taxpayers' money in the Ministry of Finance. So if that is the law, then when you no find ghetto youth with things more than them have, you no should not bother them. No, you should not bother them. You should make the law run across the board.
You have see a point, of course.
No, but for real. For real, Mystic, if we dispensing justice, we have to do it right across the board.
Of course, justice has to appear to be fair and balanced.
If we are all entertainers for taxes, and you know, paying a tax, the tax authority of Jamaica all know them not put out something for the man.
Foolishness, man.
Entertainer can owe money or can put out something for him.
Foolishness. 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 Absolutely foolishness. So when we have you have Kafix Enley and Charles Sinclair and Duncan run out and talk about crime reduced by 40%. Bullshit, we don't want to hear nothing from them. You understand? It's something that them concocted.
Oh, we gonna sit and listen to somebody like a Kafix Enley.
Garbage.
We're listening to people who are offering nothing to Jamaica. Nothing at all.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all. These people just sit down and spread misinformation and disinformation. That's all they do.
Right? The thing hurt me. The thing hurt me today too. You understand? See them in the Senate. You understand? And try to blind the Jamaican people talking about crime down by 42%. You understand the viciousness of the lies, you know, and them bare face with it, you know.
While he was there saying that, you know what was surprising? Me not hear him talk say police shooting and murders and police killings up by 200%.
Exactly.
I don't hear you saying that.
Right? So then, so for those police killings, you understand who that is extrajudiciary killings. Where would he put them? Which category you put them in? Because those are murders, you know.
They have to go in murders, you know.
Extrajudiciary killings are murder. So where Andrew Owners put them? Where Andrew Owners put them? All them police killing. All right, the one where the police went to the guy home, you understand, and tried to remove the cameras. Try to remove the camera. You understand? And end up killing the guy. Where you put that? Where you put that, Andrew Owners? When we run promoting a Senate that about crime down 42% and Andrew Owners is so inspirited and you know Andrew Owners policies is just working and so forth. Bullshit and garbage. You not tell people, not tell people.
The policy not working. And if you really want to know that the policy not working, when Google Gaga was there, them said them order 400 body cameras and them getting 400 body cameras. We don't see no police and wear body cameras, and the more people keep asking about body cameras, that commissioner come tell us that them go order 1,000 body cameras.
But hold on, Carla.
400 first.
Carla, they have no intention to use the body cameras because if they use the body cameras, them can't get to do the extrajudiciary killing. Remember, say that them in, I know them in the extrajudiciary killing, and so then if them wear the body cameras. Right, them can't get to do that. They don't want no body cameras. It's only talking about body cameras. Those police killings, since me and you are talking, those police killings, which category you going to put them in?
That people don't see going on, you know. You see, when them realize the camera is coming into effect, the JLP pass a law that the person who who did the video,
yes,
they have to that person. They have to talk to that person. Or they just have to do that person. And they also made another law.
Yes, another obstruction of justice. You know, those are obstruction of justice.
Okay. So I'm telling you, they make another law where you see the 250,000 that you see. Them are find the politician. The law that Andrew making up is that if one of them commit something, you know, you ask them to resign, you know. He make that law the same time when he must say 15 years and 20 years for people to get a youth, you know.
Over tie gun.
So these people sit down and me don't know about other people listed, but me have to call it how me see it. You have people who inside the PNP party who they are no good. Because some of the laws that are passed and PNP people them co-sign it, Mystic, it only shows that some of them are trying to protect themselves too.
But hold on, Carla. But let me say this. I cannot speak on that when I don't have the evidence in terms of PNP co-sign on that. Right? So I will not speak on that. You understand? Because I have no such evidence.
Mystic, or you can know when somebody co-sign. You see, Mystic?
Yes.
I'm gonna give a simple thing. Them have a thing right now with the banks in Jamaica.
Yes.
Where the banks charge for almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
You have people sitting on the PNP side who voted for those policies continue.
But do you have any documentary proof, you understand, of how the vote was done? Right? Because we can't just start loosely like that. If you have a documentary proof.
The proof that I have, the proof that I have, Mystic. Just when a bill go to the house, Mystic.
Yeah.
When a bill go to the house, and like, say them are going to deal with, like, them are deal with the Constitution now. And the JLP have 35.
Yeah.
And the PNP have 28. You see if that bill passed, Mystic?
Yeah.
Who you think support it?
No. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this to you. If you are talking about the previous administration, then the PNP wouldn't have supported nothing like that. Hold on. Allow me to finish. If you're addressing the previous administration, right, the PNP have nothing to do with that because they would have already have their 2/3 majority. Now, if you are talking about the current administration, right, you'd have to present, you understand, such new bill that goes into law that the PNP participate of. And I don't know of none of that as it relates to the new administration. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, they haven't participated. I'm not talking with this. I'm talking in 2016 and 2011 when the labor right was in power. They never have majority in 2011.
So you have to say it specifically. You have to state specifically which bill put in law that you are making reference to, because you have to speak and make the people them understanding. If you are saying that, okay, yes, I will do agree with you that 2016, as it relates to the PNP having 32 and the JLP have 31, right? For bill to pass, it would have taken both sides to participate. I would have agreed with you.
Right.
So let me ask you, which particular bill are you making reference to?
The bill that I make 2016.
Yes.
The one with the one about the politician, if them commit anything, they should be asked to resign. That was passed in 2016 after JLP come in. And the reason why that was passed, you see, Mystic?
Yeah.
Was because Andrew realized that the corruption index I sure Jamaica got down in the gutter.
All right, but hold on, let me say something to you. Because context is what is important, right? So under the context that, okay, if someone, right, as a member of parliament, right, where a situation brought up where that person under investigation or corruption or whatever must be asked to resign. Nothing wrong in terms of both parties sign off on that. I would do agree with that. But that doesn't having anything to do with, right, all investigation follow outside of that and where the court is going to find the person guilty or not guilty. So I would agree that, okay, immediately if you're under investigation, resign and take for yourself. I'm going to deal with that.
For me, Mystic, for me, certain things,
yes,
you should be asked to resign. Mystic, if you really sit down and look at the laws where the Jamaican politician is creating, Mystic.
Yes.
When you look at the line of the hold them responsibly, and when you look at it, when you sit and look at it and you study from a neutral perspective,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot come up with anything more than say, listen, people are trying to protect themselves. It would be like, over and over, we have this problem with procurement.
Yes.
Where people say, boy, them did in a hurry, or whatever the case may be.
All right.
The money is unaccounted for.
All right. Take a minute take a minute and finish up, because you know we have to move on the program.
Yeah. And you're telling me, Mystic, over and over, we see the same player.
Mm-hmm.
I know we don't have one law to say, listen, you can't tell me, say, you can't give, you couldn't dot all your I's and cross all the T's. So every year we are dealing with the same thing. The same thing.
There are several.
And then we come back to the same thing.
Hold on. There are several amendments made, you know, right? It is not like we don't have those laws in place. What we have a banana republic system in place. You understand? That seems to want to break down the barriers of these laws. That is what we have. And this is what we are dealing with now. Remember that Andrew Holness, right, make application in the court to throw out the corruption act that deal with illicit enrichment, you know. And guess what? He was stopped. So we have laws, you understand, that govern certain issues, right?
We have laws, but the
Yes.
laws that I'm focusing on, Mystic, that we refuse to straighten. You see me know you, Mystic?
Yeah.
I me give you some work as a politician
Yes.
in America. Make me lose my job.
Okay.
Because we are friends, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm saying when we have cronyism,
Mm-hmm.
nepotism,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing really in law.
Yes.
It's not like a stabber man, right?
Yes.
But we keep having these situations over and over and over, and we keep losing
All
billions
right.
and trillions of dollars.
Hold on, Carla. Let me say something to you, because you touched a very important point, and I do agree with you. You understand? For all the listeners who are listening, I do agree with you that there is nothing in the Constitution that speaks about nepotism and cronyism and to found people guilty. I do agree with you that they are supposed to, right, make laws, you understand, to curb nepotism, cronyism, and skullduggery, and so that you can send some of these politicians to prison. But let me tell you, let me go back in terms of what I'm saying to you. Under Andrew Holness-led administration, you understand, with the People's National Party of 28, right? And Andrew Holness of 35, right? That is not going to happen, because it is going to take a 2/3 majority, right, for that to happen. And the Andrew Holness led government is not going to do that. They are not going to decide on no form of laws that are going to deal with impeachment to channel through the parliament, right, or any laws that govern nepotism and cronyism to be punished. They are not going to do it.
If they're not going to do that, Mystic, why don't the PNP do this?
Yeah.
You see, yes, with Paul Buchanan the other day,
Mm-hmm.
the first place where them submit the document,
Yes.
that place
Yes.
overstepped their bounty. That wasn't what they were supposed to do. When you file him appeal, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. You know the Integrity Commission that is set up in the parliament, right? You know that their job is not to look at reports that sent to parliament.
Go ahead, may I follow you?
Their job is not to look at report. Their job is to look at the structure of the Integrity Commission, and if they need help or money, provide help. But what they have done under the Andrew Holness administration, and the PNP allow them to do it, is say they're going to send reports to the Integrity
But hold on. Back up a little bit. When I say the PNP allow them to do it, expound on that. What do you mean by that?
When I say allow them, I'm talking, you know it's not lawful. Because they should not see the reports.
Okay.
So you're sending the report to them, it's illegal because that's not their remit.
Oh, you mean it's illegal? No, hold on. You have to understand section 53, subsection 3. You understand? Which is the muzzle law.
Yes,
Section,
the
hold
way
on.
that- the way I understand it,
Yes.
the way I understand it is that when the report got to the house,
Mm-hmm.
if the speaker don't table it, right?
Yes.
Then come the next year, the speaker table it.
Yes.
But the speaker should not send the report to the Integrity Commission in the Parliament for them to look at. Because that report should remain confidential until the public, till it's disclosed to the public. What their job is to do now is at the end of the year, all of them look at how the Integrity Commission operate, and if they want to strengthen it or weaken it, or if they want to improve it, that's their job.
Mm-hmm.
That's their function.
All right. Do you understand that tabling in Parliament is now that the document available now where they can look at it? Do you understand that's what
Yes.
it means?
Yes,
Okay.
I understand that.
All right. So here what happened now?
I don't understand sending the document to the body when they should have access to the document.
Okay.
Because if they have access to the document now, it's not private anymore.
From what's it table? Right?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes now they're not tabling the document. Go back and watch somebody think them what the speaker did with the document. She says she sent it to them first. She have it.
Okay, if you're talking about, because you're talking about might be separate issues as it relates to Juliet Holness, you understand at one point in time where we know that she hold on to the document and didn't want to table it. Yeah, that was a fundamental wrong.
Yeah, but when she hold on to the document, she said she sent it to the Integrity Oversight Committee.
No, it shouldn't have done.
No, but that's what they are doing.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to you, the PNP allowed them to do that.
Hold on. No, don't say the PNP allowed them to do that, man. PNP talk against it. The PNP come out and what you want, what you expect the PNP should do? Tell me what you expect that the PNP should do.
All right, this is what I expect. You see, as much as we don't like Warmington,
Yeah.
you see, if the speaker or anybody do something, Warmington court a rule or something in the house.
Yes.
So that's what I want the PNP to do.
But PNP have done it. PNP has done it. Mark Golin has done it. The very same thing that you said that you want, like using Warmington as an example. You understand? Mark Golin has done it. Mark Golin has done it. All right, I've got to run here, Carla. So listen. All right, cool. Now let us juggle where this is concerned. Back to Abka Fitz-Henley, right? Talking about crime has down over 40% and you're selling that narrative, right? Feeding into disinformation and misinformation. This is what we are talking about, right? Now let us show, right, the thing in terms of what they are trying to compete with. And look, the fact of the matter, we are saying that good governance will formulate policies, strong policies, not PR, running competition, right, against your predecessor. And using PR to do it. No, if you are working and you are creating creating the necessary programs to do that, well, that's fine, nothing wrong with that. We are not against you, right, formulating programs, you understand, where it can be benefiting in terms of the reduction of crime. If you are doing that, right, we are asking you, sir, that you have to observe what is extrajudiciary killings and where to put those killings. Because you can't have police who openly murder people and then they are not putting into the murder column. And then for you to look good, right? You safeguard those police who are killing, who are murdering people, not to put it into the murder category. It is wrong. So I don't know what you are doing. It is obviously wrong. I don't know if other people don't see it, you know. It is obviously wrong. We have seen, all right. So let me ask Abka Fitz-Henley this. And let me ask Charles Sinclair this. And let me ask Duncan this. For the situation where the police went in St. Catherine and took the youth out of him house and carry him round the zinc fence and ask him to kneel and shoot him in the head. Where you put that? Where you put that? Where you put that? After Fitzhenley, where you put that? Charles Sinclair, where you put that? Horace Chang, where you put that? DK Duncan Jr., where you put that? Where you put that? Several murders that committed by the police, where you put it? But just to make Andrew Wallace look good? Come on. The amount of bodies found. Right? What were the state of those bodies? Any gunshot wound? That would determine that as a result of the gunshot, they lose their life. Right? Okay. Where you put them thing there? Now, in a Portia Simpson time, them thing the name they use, I'm going to show you something now. I'm going to show you something now, Andrew Owners. I'm going to show you something. The world want to show something, you know. I want the world follow me and show you say what Andrew Owners are doing foolishness. You understand? When you look at this now, let me give you, come on, what the mouse? Sure. What happened to this mouse? Whew. Jesus, peace. All right. Okay, all right. Let me ask, look at this now, my Jamaican people. We are dealing with serious situation here as it relates to what went on into the Senate. Now, look at the yearly statistics. Right? Look at this, Jamaican people. Let me bring it up for you. I want you to see it. Let me bring up this. So, 2012 to 2015, right? Portia Simpson, right? 2012, 1,102. 2013, under Portia Simpson, 1,202. 2014, this 2014 figure is what Andrew Owens now. They use PR. Sema go under it. You understand? 2015, 1,202. Now look under Andrew Owens' administration to show you that he failed. And this is what now they are trying now to prove that Andrew Owens performed better than Portia Simpson. You can't perform better than Portia Simpson, Andrew Owens, as it relates to crime. Now, under your administration, 2016, 1,354, 2017, 1,647. The highest under your administration, 1,647 seat of people. We are not lying. So don't come out here and sell a narrative to say, okay, your administration is dealing with crime more effectively than Portia Simpson, because that is the narrative you people are selling. 2018, 1,287. 2019, 1,339. Right? 2020, 1,223. See that 2021, 1,474. 2022, 1,498. 2023, 1,393. And when we call on out upon it, we try now to create now the programs, you understand, to put to hide murder and don't put it in the murder category. It is unfair in terms of what you are doing here. This is the data. See it? Crime and law enforcement. This is the data. And this is what you are doing now to show you that, okay, this sort of competition you run, you use PR, run it. A PR you use run it and I tell lie. Of Fitzhenley, right? Of Charles Sinclair and DK Duncan and Tam Tavares. Hypocrite Tam Tavares. Lying himself and guide Uno. You understand? To sell the narrative. That's wrong. That's a fundamental wrong. This only showing that the Jamaica Labour Party is a kleptocratic government full of corruption from the head to the toe. Full of corruption from the head to the toe. I'm going to show you something. Right? Lie. Vicious lies. You people are selling to Jamaica. Just like how you manipulate the poverty figure. Just like how you manipulate unemployment. What do you think you people are doing? You're hurting the Jamaican people with these lies. Come on. I don't have a conscience. I don't have no conscience. I know someone who does a fundamental wrong. But you know, if you defend Andrew Wallace because Andrew Wallace have make you eat food. Andrew Wallace to make everybody eat food. The judge I eat food. Right? The elite police them I eat food. So it's outright for dabbling yourself. Sell out on the soul for 30 pieces of silver. You know Barabbas. All I know Barabbas, one big mama go straight down. The whole I know Barabbas. Right? PSOJ, the whole I know Barabbas, you know I eat big. So no expect to tap Andrew. You no expect to tap Andrew because if Andrew come out down and I go eat. So it's all about eating, selling out the people for 30 pieces of silver. And that you not do. Come out and not ring lie. I am not one of the platform who is going to endorse any of that. Because we know no lie about poverty. We don't lie about the inflation. We don't lie about the economy. We don't lie about. But here is the serious part of the question as it relates to concerned citizens, critical thinkers. Let me show you the letter of the day. Let me show you the letter of the day. This is a criminal government. Let me show you the letter of the day. Think upset my man when my son in the Senate and I tell pale like that. You don't think you can look here. I don't know who I try to convince, you know. The only people who I try to convince are the others are criminal them like yourself, you know. You not convince law-abiding people, you know, critical thinkers, you know. You not convince them people, you know. You can't convince another way, you know. Oh. Now, you make me show you up. Here it is. Let me read the letter of the day phone now. You understand? For showing us a concerned citizen, no say you know hide the crime. Now, open letter to the Director of Public Prosecutions. The editor, madam, this open letter is written in the public interest. In the public interest. We not take no life for honor. And with full respect of the constitutional independence of your office under Section 94 of the Constitution of Jamaica. It is not an attempt to direct prosecutorial decision making, but rather a call for transparency, clarity, and public reassurance, and that we are talking about. That is what we are talking about. Abka Fitz-Henley, and that we are talking about. Charles Sinclair, and that we are talking about. D.K. Duncan, all of you, you disappoint your Jamaican people. Trust me, all of you, D.K. Duncan Jr. Right? You are really Barabbas. Right? Now look at this. It is not an attempt to direct prosecutorial decision making, but rather a call for transparency. A call for transparency. What transparency mean? You understand? Speaking the truth. Come forward. Clarity and public reassurance in relation to unresolved homicide investigations of national concern. Let me talk to you. Let me read it back. It is not an attempt to direct prosecutorial decision making, but rather a call for transparency, clarity, and public reassurance in relation to unresolved homicide investigations of national concern that you people don't want to put into the murder category. Because the aim is to go on the Portia Simpson 1005 and we have to sell that. Because Andrew Wallace has gone good. The live on no tell about Andrew. Who not defend? Who not understand who not defend? But who not do that? Who not defend somebody who are going to hold it and take investors' money? Who not defend somebody who going to cash plus and take investors' money? Uno defend someone who gonna SSL and take away investors' money. So Jamaica no for progress. Jamaica no for make no progress. Andrew wanna stand up in everybody neck in a Jamaica. Suppressing everybody. Manipulating. Look here. There must be some evil one do, you know. When you manipulate critical institutions like PIOJ, the Planning Institute of Jamaica, if you come out and tell lie without doing a census. Let me ask you, Henry, where the census there? Where the census there? You see people? Where the census there? And you come out and tell plain lie. Telling lie about the economic and a good performer. Plain lie, you know what tell plain shit. They come out of your mouth. Plain excretion, they come out of your mouth. You understand? So let me read it now from the concerned citizen. Right? Now, two such matters continue to trouble public confidence in the criminal justice system where Andrew Owens are manipulated and the Commissioner of Police are manipulated. The disappearance and presumed killing of Jasmine Dean and the murder of Gabriel King. Where do you put them there? Where do you put them there? Who do you delay the investigation then? Eh? Jasmine Dean and the murder of Gabriel King. Now, we could go down in a Jasmine Dean. Jasmine Dean disappeared after attending classes at the University of West Indies. From early on, the investigation raised serious public concern. It is now a matter of public record that investigative journalism, nationwide news, for example, revealed information suggesting that possible suspect had been identified through disclosures made by Jasmine Dean's family. Information which by all reasonable inference would have been available to investigators from an early stage. What want to do with the investigation? What want to do with the information? What want to do with the information? What want to do with the investigation? Now, the public is therefore entitled to ask what investigative steps were taken in response to information provided by the family. What want to do? Nothing. Why did significant lines of inquiry surface publicly through media investigation rather than official police disclosure? Because we don't make sure, say, we don't choose the Commissioner of Police who want to choose to hold down the murder rate for make Andrew Owens look bad while people are suffering and people not get no justice. This is what you people are doing. Why were individuals found in possession of Jasmine Dean's personal effects charged only with possession related to the offense and not the fucking murder? Eh? Why was that? Jasmine Dean dead. And at the time, Jasmine Dean had certain personal properties that found on somebody. But you don't choose not to charge him for the murder. Eh? You don't know one order to Jamaica, you want to do some evil things to Jamaica. On what evidentiary basis did Jamaica Constable Force publicly suggest that murder charges could follow within a year and a day? Look what I'm doing now. We could go down to the next person. The Gabriel King case. We could go into the Gabriel King case. Similar concerns are raised in the investigation into the murder of Gabriel King, which has likewise been marked by prolonged silence, limited public communication, and no clear indication of investigative process. Because I have a friend. You understand me? I say I have a friend involved in this. Right? And it's another way not to add this to the murder tally. In both cases, the police is left speculative. An outcome that serves neither justice nor institutional credibility. The Commissioner of Police need to resign. So this is what Andrew wants to do. Put person like Google Gaga and this idiot one what did they? They are political operative. They are political operative, feeding into the interest and narrative of the Jamaica Labour Party machinery. the public interest. The Jamaican public does not seek to interfere with prosecutorial discretion. It seeks reassurance that 1. Investigation remain active. 2. Evidentiary gaps are being addressed. 3. Families are treated with dignity through communication. 4. Public confidence in the justice system is preserved. Because right now, there's a mountain of distrust. And particularly under this administration of Andrew Holness, who are liars and thieves. That's what you are. Take this away. Let you go free to talk it. Liars and thieves in our parliament. Dishonest people. Let us talk it like it is. It is what it is. Liars and thieves take over our parliament and intend to deceive us. Right? Now, let me show you another thing. So when you look, right, you have these people, these murderers, particularly with the Gabriel King case. Right? Nothing, untouchable. Let me ask you a question again before we move on to another topic. What you are doing with the Patrick Bailey? Sit out there because him back broad like chop shutter. Under Andrew Holness administration, he is free to walk up and down. No interrogation of Patrick Bailey. None whatsoever. And who come and talk about crime reduced. Oh, crime reduced to 42%. Right? From over much years gone by. Had Andrew Holness administration. This and Andrew Holness administration that. Want to talk to me now? Which one I want to go for Patrick Bailey? Eh? Which one I want to go for Patrick Bailey? 2 men in a house locked together. Right? No tampering of any outside person coming in. Patrick Bailey knife used to stab the man over 20 odd times. 20 odd times. And plus a gunshot wound. I want to come out and talk about crime reduced. Hey, listen me. When you come out and talk about crime reduced around 48% in rare, blah, blah, blah. Or do you know I answer the JPS question in the Senate? So Tam Tavares skillfully deflect. You think we know what you do? Eh? You Tam Tavares come out and tell lie on PNP about PNP like up Marcus Garvey. How can anyone believe you? How can anybody, anyone, any sensible people believe you? When you're dancing with the white lady, you do pure fuckery. Plain and simple. Did you dance with the white lady before you're going to Senate? Because it seems like you dance with the white lady before you're going to the Senate this morning. You come to deflect. Where you take this thing for? You are there to do the people's business. Not to sell the political narrative. We're not going to accept that poor performance. Andrew Holness need to pack up and go. Under no circumstances you should be tolerating criminals to lead our parliament process and lead the country. Under no circumstances we should be tolerating someone where his statutory declaration cannot be certified and we have him lead the country. What not do? You don't think you can use crime figure, fake crime figure to substantiate him? What not do? What is it that you people are doing? Fake crime figures will not substantiate Andrew Holness. He is what he is. He is who he is. He is the Orient Cash Plus and SSL boss. And that's what he is. Robbing investors. We speak truth to power around here. We don't play. Now let me answer this call. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation. Blessing, my sister.
Blessings to you and your household.
Thank you.
Blessings, Sister Mystic.
She's upstairs.
Okay. I see you're very righteously upset today.
Oh, yes. I like how you put it, righteously.
Yes. Because I started to watch it and then I turned it off. It turned me off when I hear such stupidity, such
Exactly.
lies, such, it's just
Venomous lies.
so toxic.
Venomous lies.
Every time we're watching it, we feel sick. You understand, Mystic?
Of course.
Because to say, no, you realize that the commissioner of police, and I think it was even Dr. Chan, when people outcry about those unaliving of that young man, especially that one where they carry him inside and murder him.
Yes.
They used the word, it was unfortunate. And when you think about the disregard of a parent's grief for their child, when you see all these things happening in Jamaica and the government, in the Senate, the last place before any law is put on the table of the Governor General to sign off or whatever, or send for confirmation from England and
yes,
whatever they do after the Senate. The Senate is the last place for laws to go, you know. And to listen to the Senate doing these things weekly or every time they meet, we listen to all these JLP puppets saying these misinformation, propaganda, disinformation to the people. And then the people them just they don't what do we expect the people to do when you have these people, even those senators that they pay and send up there, talk like this and tell such lies? And do we have somebody up there deflecting it and turn it around? As you were saying, one person did today, because I didn't watch it. Mystic. Can you explain to me what's the difference?
Well, let me say, you know, as it relates to, and that is one of the reasons why I came out with the dead category in terms of how they are hiding, right? Certain, you know, whether it is murder, yes or no, right? But what the investigation that need to be done on it, you understand, need to be determined and put them into a particular category, whether it is murder, yes or no. Right, and that would significantly change the figure that they are coming out with and bragging about. And when you see that strong tell, when you have 100 and add, and you understand, and in overall 200 and add, and so forth and so forth. Right, it makes no sense that they are coming out and talking about, you understand, crime reduced by 41%. It's madness.
Yes, it's madness because the investors, the foreign investors, don't buy it.
No, it's madness.
The significant people them don't buy it.
Right? Because my sister, look, and as a previous caller said, the pathologist, right? You're going to tell me that the pathologist is going to take a year, you understand, to determine whether or not, right, you need to put that into a murder. What is the finding of the pathologist? So many of them, what is the findings of the pathologist? Where of course, the commissioner can affix, you understand, those findings, whether to put them into the murder, and that will now bring a truthful reflection as it relates to the murder statistics. They cannot be trusted.
But that is the justice system in Jamaica. They put things under the table, they bury it, they put 10 file on top of the one that's supposed to be on top.
Exactly.
Then they tell you they cannot find it. Then they go around the corner, it's all delays and underhand movement and the shifting. But if you had the money to pay up top on your grease palm, you know, so you get it, it's corruption.
Of course.
The pathological testing is supposed to take so long. We both know that. We all know that. So for that, and that's why I say it again, Mystic, is
yes,
for it to be in the Senate.
Exactly.
And the Senate don't call it out, which is the last door to laws being put in place in Jamaica. is very, very unacceptable for one, questionable two, and downright out. Like, they don't have no regard for our people. We people are cattle. We people are commodity. We bought and sold just like that.
You know, to look, Andrew Wallace is such, man, so toxic as it really is. So what they plan to do now, right before Christmas, right, to come out and sell him. As what? Sell him as what? This is a man who shot him statutory declaration, cannot be certified. It cannot be sold to be good.
Mystic Santa Claus.
Can you imagine?
Yes. And they have the audacity and they're bold enough to do it, and they're doing it.
And that's why we are bold enough to challenge them and call them out for who they are. They are criminals. We are bold enough to do that.
Titans. You have to have the voice in the wilderness. You have to have the mystic, which is the empowerment of that. And you have to have the fire pot, melting pot, boiling like fire. When the trying to combine, it's powerful, because a lot of people listening to you guys, we hear the truth. We hear when you guys ball out, take up things with all the others, it's a force that Andrew Onis is afraid.
Yeah.
You realize this man is a coward. He's a bully, and who is around him? The military goons, the assassin branch that he sent them out. For the first time he seen do it. A Cherry Tree Lane, when he first set a mass shooting, did happen in company, whole platform, our media platform, I saying he give them orders. I saw it from that day that is what Andrew Onis. He have a set of assassin. Some of them out there in a plain clothes like what we see in Portland, it must be yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
When they were in plain clothes, shorts and all that in Portland, but in them bag around their neck a gun. Intimidating and terrorizing our Jamaican citizens. Listen, all of these things are add up, but if you guys don't talk, we up here can't know too, because them have the media. We have the media, and if you notice, if one end up beat up, one call him Big Mama.
Yeah.
The other day, yesterday, 2 days ago, this JLP call about brushing and cutting trees and cutting up place and this and that, and him have to tell him, so you exaggerating. Me have to even comment on it as the way them beat him up enough for him to say, no, you're lying, you're exaggerating, which is another way of saying you're lying. To get JLP calling. So if you guys, the Titans, my prayer, I know for a fact the Almighty empowering you guys.
Thank you.
He's making sure nothing touch you know.
All right.
Touch not his anointed and do his prophets no harm. He say, ball or not touch when they try to touch you know. They try to do everything to stop you, and that is honest.
Exactly.
And he's who is handling him, because he has no balls. He can't stand up on his own.
Yes.
And when you guys speak the truth and say it and go into the depth of these topics,
yes,
and call out the significant impact it's having on our people's life and their well-being, I pray for you guys. I credit you guys for this. But listen, the Senate is the last door, and who we have in the Senate needs to stand up firmly against these JLP puppets spreading their propaganda and their lies. You hear me, Mystic?
Exactly, sister. And we give no endorsement, you understand, to Jamaica Labour Party lies. None endorsement whatsoever. We don't give that, because they are liars.
But you know, I just kind of have to touch this a little bit. When they're beating up Pain P, when people are calling in and Pain P not doing enough, and Pain P not doing enough, and Pain P not doing enough, I can understand, but I have to say this, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
The election is over from the 3rd of September. We know what went down.
Oh, yes.
But in a space of not even a month and 6 to 8 weeks later, not even 6, the Almighty, we don't care what they want to say, if it is man-made in hands or whatever, that Leviathan that hit our country and the bottom part of our country exposed Andrew Honey's government. They are laying, bleeding. And you know what happened? Because it's exposed, they cannot scrape it up. They have to continue the stealing and the lying and all that, because we see it in every action they do. If you notice, everything they do, the Almighty expose the other side to it. For example, JPS.
Exactly.
Me no know, you know, even when they say there is a loan sign, until JPS come out and publicly say, yes, they have signed a $150 million, how much $1 million loan with the government of Jamaica, then I will believe.
All right. All right. Love for your call. But another caller coming in. Let me just give her the opportunity.
No
to
problem.
Blessing, my sister.
Problem.
Love you.
I leave the floor to somebody else.
All right.
Have
cool.
a blessed weekend.
Blessings.
Talk to you.
Oh, she come off. Okay, the person who was calling, right? Oh, she okay. Yes, my sister, Sister Winnie. Go ahead.
Just a minute.
Yeah, turn off the device in the background here.
Mr. Stick, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, my lady.
I know it's Ari.
Yeah, she's upstairs.
Listen to me. Andrew Onis is the most wickedest man in this world.
I endorse that.
Doing it. Listen to me. Andrew Onis is going to come out now Christmas, right? And he's going to come out with the reindeer now and giving out present and steal food that was from COVID and burial. Yeah? And who's going to go and sign and take the NITs? What is the NITs though? Is it an injection?
No, national ID system.
But something.
National identification system.
So I wouldn't take nothing from Andrew Onisip to save my life.
Well, I agree with you. I do agree with you. Exactly.
Because all in the paper might have something on it to destroy me. Listen, Andrew Onis must be went to an acting school, and the idiot they believe in him. But Andrew's going to bring Jamaica to its knees.
That's no joke.
See those six jets that fly over Jamaica?
Yes.
Them on the test, you know. Andrew is afraid of Trump, and Trump is nothing. Trump is a weak jellyback fish. But Andrew's afraid of Trump because Trump can invite him to America under some disguise and hold him. And that's what he have to tremble when the American call him. He's no good. Andrew is no good.
No
Andrew
good.
remind me of, I want to say, but it's, oh God, why? And then Tavares, but look at this chunking piece of fool. He can't even go on the bench unless he drink couple whiskey or brandy.
Yeah.
And now what I would like you to get in touch with Mr. Mark Golden. Have a couple sessions with just the members and who is in the Senate. You know, just have a session and let them how to address those buffoons. Yeah.
Exactly.
We have new people there. Who would have to learn. It's only 2 months and everyone's saying, what's the PNP doing? What's the PNP doing? When they give you chances to live better, you go and choose dry number 2.
And you know, those are the things that I don't like, you know, when, asking what the PNP do. I mean, what the PNP doing. Those are the things that upset me.
That's why sometimes when Andrew is talking the PNP, but I call him and said, don't call the PNP name no more. Because it's only not even 2 months, sir. Not even 2 months with some good brother.
Exactly.
Give them time. I would say give them 6 months. Just because of the hurricane, they can't do anything. They're not getting the fund. Do you know what I think with this 150 million?
Yes.
It's my foolish way. I think it's for them to hold it for them and give them the 15 years and then charge more for light. It's a scam.
Well, of course it's a scam. Of course it's a scam. That's exactly what they're doing. The $150 million that JPS has got. No one can come out and tell me, say, I know the cat ban money. And the cat ban money, the people and money that, you understand, need to, rebuild the people. You understand? The man take the money, the cat ban money and give to JPS. You know, and JPS, look at JPS work.
No, but it's not, it's a holding cell for the JLP for the next election. And they're going to put, now, I do that, you give me 15 years, and I put up the 7%. Is that the way? Listen, JPS never asks for no money. They ask for loan, extension. They didn't ask for loan, they asked for extension. Right. To go and look whatever on the open market. Right. And they're still short then. They're still, as Powder Monkey say, they're still short because they didn't want 300 million or 400 million. They want to get one, say they get 150 then. They didn't. Money that they're making. Well, as according to them, because we don't know if they are telling the truth, let us say, as according to them, initially they wanted 350, but they were getting 150, and that is why the situation arose in Parliament that they were asking, you understand, how is JPS is going to come by the other 200 million. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Because Powder Monkey never he lied because we bad mind. Powder Monkey must realize we get 40. Where you call him? Right. Powder Monkey. So Powder Monkey can't shut up because he mouth long like when alligator was trying to stretch it. Yeah? Yes. But he can't talk. Yes. Because he's got so much skeleton behind him. No one has been charged for that little 13-year-old girl. Exactly. It's still open. And I would like him to bring in American or some other nationality, not even from Jamaica. No way, just Jamaica to pay me to give him a lie detector test. Yeah. The lie detector would blow up. Of course, I agree with you. The lie detector would explode. Yes. Wow. Jesus mighty God. And Andrew is going to come out Christmas with everybody know. Andrew with a reindeer and COVID and velvet and beryl thing that they send. He's blue. Mr. Mistake. Yes. If I tell you I never ate anybody so bad. If the man that my mom died, yeah, I can forgive that man. But I cannot forgive Andrew Onis. Well, I mean, you don't hate him personally, you hate his ways. His ways. I hate Andrew personally. He's a liar, he's a thief. All right. Anyway, have a good night. All right. Blessing, my sister. Love you. All right. Okay. That's Sister Winnie there. You understand? Just speaking her mind. But my Jamaican people, let me just get up into more gears right now, because I am going to make you hear a liar that's trying to justify Juliet Ones, right, to be the Speaker of the House. You know, listen to the liar, yeah, because I'm going to deal with him, you know. You know, listen to this, my people. Listen to the justification coming from this liar, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me just get this. Okay. Let me just get this, people. I'm going to hear. People, I want them to listen to this. Listen to this liar. Listen to this, because when I'm done, I'm going to deal with him.
His wife is the Speaker of the House in Jamaica. And I'm understanding the Prime Minister's wife is the Speaker of the House in Jamaica. And I'm understanding that it's not a problem for the opposition after they also played a part in her becoming the Speaker of the House. In order for her to get there, when I say get there, I mean into the House of Parliament, she must have stood for political office and won her seat as a member of Parliament. Now, when the Parliament convenes after the election, if there's a vacancy as it relates to the Speaker of the House, one is selected, first nominated and then selected by the members of parliament, which include the opposition. Now, as far as I'm aware, she was nominated. It was accepted by the government members as her being chosen, and it was also supported by the opposition. Now, here's my point. Since the ruling party, it is customary that they are the ones who select the Speaker of the House, even if it was the Prime Minister's wife that is the Speaker of the House. It means the Speaker would have been affiliated in this case with the JLP. So if you're going to talk about a conflict of interest, there will ultimately always be a conflict of interest if you're saying that this conflict is linked to the ruling party. It cannot be a case where because she's the wife of the Prime Minister that you're saying that she's incapable, unless you're going to say that she's incompetent and unfit for the job, and then substantiate that with evidence. To say that because she is the wife of the Prime Minister makes her incapable is nonsense, Mr. Opposition Leader. Respectfully, you cannot go in that regard. I cannot support anything in that regard. If you're going to say she's incompetent, substantiate it. Otherwise, it is just political chatter and it needs to stop.
Let's take away yourself. Because obviously, right, you totally missed the point. Let me take you on. Right? When the people is talking about, when the PNP is talking about conflict of interest never goes towards questioning the ability of Juliet Holness, whether or not Juliet Holness can do the job. So you nobody come twist this. All done, so nobody come twist this. When the People's National Party, particularly Mark Golden, speaking of the conflict of interest, it wasn't attacking the capacity or capability of whether or not Juliet Holness can do the job, and because Juliet Holness affiliated with the Jamaica Labour Party. Nothing like that. The conflict of interest arises, let me teach you, to the fact that the Prime Minister under investigation. Mr. Lawyer, get that to your head. The conflict of interest arises to the fact that, one, the Prime Minister currently under investigation. Two, the Prime Minister, along with Juliet Holness, filed statutory declaration. Simple means their statutory declaration uncertified. This is where the conflict of interest comes in, to the fact that there is an ongoing investigation. So then it is not, one, appropriate to have the wife of the Prime Minister who is under investigation, a blasted idiot, to sit on the Speaker's chair while his husband is under investigation. For what? Illicit enrichment. And so done that Juliet Holness sits on report and want to go against Parliament norms, right? By sending that report to the Oversight Committee. So not only that, the conflict of interest is clear, she acted out. So lawyer, I know you know about mens rea, and I know you know about actus reus. Mens rea goes to intent. Actus reus goes to action that execute the intent. So you don't talk and divert anything here, so. We are saying, let me straighten you up. The conflict of interest arises to the fact that the Prime Minister is under damn investigation of illicit enrichment. Juliet Holness is the wife of the Prime Minister. No one question. We don't have an issue as it relates to Juliet Holness' ability, whether or not she can do her task. That wasn't an issue. And that never gonna be an issue. The issue is So I want you to speak on that if you are listening to me. Come out and speak with clarity. Clarity. That one, you know what? You couldn't come out and speak with clarity because you know that you'd sound like dog shit if you try to defend that situation to the fact that this is what I want you to speak on when you're coming back out. Speak on the fact that the Prime Minister is under investigation. And as such, it automatically would have affected the wife somewhere or the other. And the wife sits on the speaker's chair. So when I jump out, you understand? Speak on that. That is what I want you to speak about. Don't bother try to pick you up and try to deflect. You understand? You start to sound like Big Mama. You talk to Big Mama before you come on, come do this. Where you take feed you? Come on. So that's what you people do. Try to deflect. Now, hear the reasons. And I want you to listen to this and show you what I am saying is the concern of the People's National Party. Listen to this clip that I'm going to play. Right? Yeah, we are not going to give you any pass around here. Right? And you spread propaganda. You're propagandists. We're not going to allow you to do that. Listen to what the People's National Party concerns are. Listen to that. Listen to this.
Where we will discuss the Integrity Commission's report concerning the Prime Minister's statutory declarations. I am Cleveland Tomlinson, Junior Spokesperson for Finance and Planning. We have assembled a panel who will help to dissect the findings of the report. Joining me are the Leader of Opposition and President of the People's National Party, Mark Goldin.
Greetings.
Deputy Leader of Opposition Business in the Senate and Opposition Spokesperson for Justice, Senator Donna Scott Motley. Member of Parliament and Opposition Spokesperson for Finance and Planning, Julian Robinson. And Leader of Opposition Business in the Senate and Opposition Spokesperson for National Security, Senator Peter Boynton. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing?
Great.
Good. Thanks. Yes, so originally this discussion was intended to be live, but we're having a pre-recorded forum. We're here where we are. Opposition Leader, why are we here? Why are we doing this? And why is this important?
We felt it's important to break it down, distill it, so that the public has a better idea of what's actually in it. We had originally planned to do this live on Tuesday afternoon. After we had sent out our notice that we would be doing this, a notice came out saying that Parliament would be convened for Tuesday. So we decided to pre-record it because we have to attend Parliament on Tuesday afternoon.
So we are here because we want the people to understand what is contained in the report, given the seriousness of what the findings indicate. And we have compiled questions that we have seen on social media and those that have been given to us through WhatsApp messages, etc. Now, on August 31, 2023, Prime Minister Andrew Holness was told in a face-to-face meeting that he was under investigation for possible illicit enrichment for over a year. And he said nothing whilst maintaining he was unaware of the reason for his declaration not being certified. Senator Motley, what do you make of this?
Well, let me say, first of all, Cleveland, that this is not a happy moment for the People's National Party, and it cannot be a happy moment for the country. Because it is clear, no matter how you look at it, that the Prime Minister has been unable to be certified for a number of years. And in responding to questions asked about it, he said that he did not know why, that he had provided all the information which was required. Now, as it turns out, we can debate the date. He says he was unaware before the 18th of August, but it was clear from the correspondence and the detail which was in the report that he was aware that he was being investigated. The word illicit enrichment, as you said, was used late, in my view, quite late in the investigation. So, Cleveland, a leader is expected to have a higher ethical standard because he or she will have to set the tone for what is right and wrong in the country. And I am of the view that Jamaica should be extremely concerned, no matter which political party you support, that our Prime Minister is under investigation.
I mean, it's very concerning that the decision was communicated in a letter from May 2023, made reference to Section 14(5) of the Corruption Prevention Act, which is a section that creates the offense of illicit enrichment. A formal notice was, I think, dated August 18, which made specific reference to the elements of that offense, which is that you have assets which can't be supported by your declared income. And that warrants a request to explain yourself as to how you acquired those assets. He has known this from August last year. So for over a year, he has not come to the country and said, I am under investigation for illicit enrichment, even though the illicit 6 and the fact that there were these investigations of 6 parliamentarians, which became 8 later on, was well known as something that was being discussed constantly in the media and elsewhere. So it was, to my mind, a serious deception of the people to pretend or to hold back the fact that you as Prime Minister were one of the persons being investigated. So this is a big problem in terms of his credibility, his trustworthiness, and I don't think that we can have a leader of our country who has lost the trust and confidence of the people. This is why we're doing this, because we feel it's important that the people of Jamaica understand the seriousness of what is before us. And so the necessary decisions can be made to move the country forward.
I want to bring Member of Parliament Julian into the discussion. The IC in the report stated that the Director of Investigation was unable to arrive at a conclusion because he did not have access to Honus's personal expenses over the relevant period, along with unresolved questions around the companies that he is connected to.
Well, what he said specifically is that the Prime Minister refused to provide details of his personal expenses over the period of the investigation. And he could not conclude definitively on the issue of illicit enrichment because he needs to match income to expenditure. So here it is that you have a situation where the investigator is prevented from doing his work because the information he needs from the Prime Minister has not been made available to him. He goes on further to say that there are sources of funding for the 3 or 4 companies that the Prime Minister is involved with that he cannot ascertain where the funds have come from. And that is the main reason he has made a referral to the Financial Investigation Division, which investigates financial crimes.
One of the assets that you spoke of a while ago was an asset that Honus acquired in 2019. And the source of funding for that asset remains unexplained, Senator Bunting.
This is actually one of the more disturbing features, because what the investigation of the Integrity Commission has revealed is that funds were used from a charity. It's called Positive Foundation Jamaica. Positive Jamaica Foundation, a charity which, by definition, would have charitable purposes. And some funds in the region of approximately $32,000 US dollars were diverted to pay for a bond in the name of Mr. Honus.
Or his company, his personal company.
And I believe at some point it may have been either in his or his personal holding company, which he owns 100%. And it remained in that form for the life of the bond until it was called. And it was only after the bond had been redeemed and that transaction was now, in a sense, extinct.
Is it reasonable?
Closed. That, just allow me to finish, that upon questioning by the Director of Investigation, that an attempt was made to repay that charitable foundation. So approximately 4 years had elapsed when the funds from the charitable foundation had been used to partially pay for a bond in the name of or for the benefit of Mr. Honus.
All right. So let us just stop it there because we want to show that lawyer, right? The reason why it now becomes a conflict of interest as it relates to this current administration that Juliet Honus again serve as Speaker of the House. So now you understand that lawyer, right? That of course the Prime Minister under investigation, serious investigation of illicit enrichment, right? Cannot explain how he comes by his wealth. And again, what makes it worse? Getting money for charity and converting money to his personal use in paying for a bond. Criminal. And so then, that is what you need to speak on. When you come out and run off your mouth and try to deflect. You think you can ground anybody around yourself. Right? So know yourself. Now, let us go to partner in crime. Because Andrew Honus and Darrell Vaz have a long history as it relates to their involvement in, of course, wrongdoing. Plain and simple. Andrew Honus, John Wallet, Darrell Vaz, John Wallet. Andrew Honus, John Cash Plus, Darrell Vaz, John Cash Plus. Andrew Honus, John SSL, Darrell Vaz, John SSL. Partners in crime. Now, let us move on to this. Mr. Boss after boss after boss. Where are you today? We don't know. Darrell Vaz, you hold on. Because you believe that you are going to resign and, relax in the sunshine. Right? We are doing this. Big up yourself, Bolo. We are doing this because we want the Auditor General, right, to definitely poke some hole into this. Look into this extremely seriously. Because July done, Darrell Vaz. So I could show you what going on, because we are come out here, And let me tell you something, Darrell Vaz. Every single day, we are coming at you. Don't believe we are going to forget it. So your deflections are all what you do. We are not going to stop. We want justice on this. Now, let us show you bus after bus after bus. And you talk about light after light after light. All right, Mr. Vaz. Everything is okay, sir. Right? Everything is okay, Mr. Vaz. Just a matter of timing. Right? You want to sing a song. Want to sing a song, Mr. Vaz. Right? You want to sing your song. Now, let me share you and remind you. So we are at you.
Post yesterday by a former General Secretary, Member of Parliament and Minister of a previous PNP administration. And he was saying that the bus is an old bus. The bus have how much 100,000 miles on it, and the bus is already back in Kingston at the JUTC depot.
So what on the Darrell Vaz? I know what bus then. Is he lying when him say the bus have how much miles on it? Is he lying? He's not lying. Go ahead.
Because it broke down already. Which is totally untrue, but that's not the part that hurt me. The part that hurt me is that somebody could be that evil to wish that a school bus that is transporting the children in a safe, organized manner, they would want it to break down for politics.
Darrell Vaz, it is evil for you to be using the innocent school children as pawns to do your corruption, in robbing taxpayers' money. That is what is evil, Darrell Vaz. To use the children as political pawns for your personal political interests, robbing taxpayers' money to utilize political campaign and other portion of the money that will pocket and benefit personally. That is evil, Darrell Vaz. Go ahead.
Purposes. Let me tell you something. The thing hurt me till I don't sleep last night. Because that is what you call bad mind, bad mind, bad mind. And I'm going to tell Mr. Campbell something today. It went tired, Missy Boss. It went to bus after bus after bus after bus.
All right.
Food bus, JUTC bus, every bus.
All right.
Do God bless. No man birds and the children deserve it. I saw a post yesterday.
Yeah, all right. You take care of yourself. You take care of yourself. You're a criminal. Take care of yourself. Right? We are going to deal with you. Bus after bus after bus. Now, let me deal with you. So, we are in December 2025. So July gone. And July of 2025 should be where the last fleet of bus comes in. Now we are at December 2025 and $1.4 billion spending. You see the way them way I work? Now go easy off. Let me show the people them. Let me show the people them. No will be a way I work. Now go easy off. So you go on your over here.
The doors have been retrofitted from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, which means the students will board the buses from the sidewalks and not from the road. And secondly, there was also a surprise that came about the tires on the bus, and I gave the commitment that all buses will have brand new tires. So I ask you to please inspect the buses to satisfy yourself that, in fact, the commitment that was made by me.
Well, let me talk to you, Darrell Vaz. Because me see you bring 3 people in your mix-up. So let me talk to you, Darrell Vaz. Let me say something to you, Darrell Vaz. Because me see you have Jerry and Nephew. You bring them in your mix-up. And Jay and Ray, no like people. What tell line? Because Jay will rock you to the left, and Ray will rock you to the right, and Nephew will pull you down on your face. So then Jay, Ray, and Nephew is not going to help you. As I said, Jay will rock you to the left, Ray will rock you to the right, and Nephew is going to pull you down on your face. Because you're a disgrace. So Jay, Ray, and Nephew is going to disgrace you. Right? So don't bother believe that Jay, Ray, and Nephew, what you call upon, can help you. Them can't help you. For them influence, can't help you. Right? Okay. So let me go into this. Let me go into this and hear you out. You think we are ramp with you? We are ramp with you. Show the people them what you make up out of.
Safe, secure, and fit for purpose buses have been purchased as part of the planned rollout. It's actually 110. 100 will go into the system and 10 will be held back for contingency in order to make sure that we have buses to replace existing buses for whatever reason. 26 buses are in Jamaica. 14 additional buses arrived on Saturday of last week. 4 more are en route to Jamaica, and 18 more will be delivered on July 14th, and 28 each will be delivered on the 22nd of July and the 30th and the 29th of July. So, in essence, all 110 school buses will be here by the end of July. 100 safe, secure, and fit-for-purpose buses have been purchased as part of the planned rollout. It's actually 110. 100 will go into the system and 10 will be held back for contingency in order to make sure that we have buses to replace existing buses for whatever reason. 26 buses are in Jamaica. 14 additional buses arrived on Saturday of last week. 4 more are en route to Jamaica, and 18 more will be delivered on July 14th, and 28 each will be delivered on the 22nd of July and the 30th and the 29th of July. So, in essence, all 110 school buses will be here by the end of July.
All right. Okay. We only want the judges to hear the evidence as it relates to what you promised. We only want the judges, right, to hear the evidence as it relates to what you had promised. So July came and gone. August came and gone. September came and gone. October came and gone. November came and gone. And December seems to be going as well. Let me ask you a question, Darrell Vaz. Where are the remaining buses? Because you and Danville Walker, I mean, I can't name it now. You and Danville Walker plan to rob investors. When you send a letter to Danville Walker and try to trick the public, say 110 new buses, you need to talk about no old buses. And where Danville Walker responded to you. Right? Now, at the same behavior, you are carrying a JPS now. At the same behavior. And so then, Darrell Vaz, we are asking the Auditor General, we are asking you to investigate, because Darrell Vaz said the 110 has been purchased. That is not future tense, you know. Auditor General, I want you to listen. Darrell Vaz did not say that 110 buses are going to be purchased. That is not that is future tense, you know. Darrell Vaz utilized past tense, stating that 110 has been purchased, ED, past tense. So Darrell Vaz, and we are undermining the procurement system. You know. You undermine the procurement system. You know. Huh? Where the procurement system that you use, you shouldn't have used that. You know. Auditor General, we want you to pay attention and we want to hear argument on this. And I'm asking the opposition to have some line of questioning and have some sort of clarity as it relates to this particular issue. The Jamaican public have a right to know how their tax dollars being served, being spent, being utilized. We want to know that we are getting what? Value for money. Value for money. As taxpayers, we deserve that, sir. So you try, prepare to answer this in a direct voice. Now, people, let me go in on next bangaranya. God, this no look good for Andrew Honest. This no look good for Andrew Honest. Donald Trump, we don't want to geopolitics out. We don't look good for Andrew Honest. None at all. And it no look good on those in the Caribbean who had sided with Donald Trump regarding Venezuela as it relates to the fight on drugs. Now Jamaica, new thing building up. Big embarrassment. And we have seen where Andrew Honest, as it relates to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, claim that they found drugs in the Caribbean, want to sell in the narrative of Donald Trump, war on drugs. But what Donald Trump came out and said yesterday, all of them who supported Donald Trump should be embarrassed of what Donald Trump stated yesterday. I'm going to play the clip, people. Donald Trump is now admitting that it wasn't war on drugs. So for Andrew Honest, who sell the narrative, speaking about, right, the Caribbean and drugs, because Jamaica run enough of that, you know. And Donald Trump never seek to pursue him. And for all those other Caribbean countries who sided with Donald Trump, Trinidad now they take for himself after Trinidad and Tobago sided with him. You know. But what transpired yesterday, Trinidad that take time, take away himself now. Back and belly rot. From the thing I started, you know, me I make them know say that can't be war and drugs. Because the United States is extremely equipped. And to prove Donald Trump's point, they should have captured those persons, right? And bring forth evidence. Now people, watch this now when I go play. Look at now people. Look at now. So all of them people they know when they support Donald Trump, take time now the creeper. Take time now the creeper. Now look at now people. Look on this. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing. Look at this. Trump now admitted it is not a war on drugs. Look at now people. Listen now. This is not funny.
Want it back. Donald Trump, they took our oil rights. We had a lot of oil there. As you know, they threw our companies out, and we want it back.
Donald Trump has openly admitted that he wants to take Venezuela's oil. And top officials in the Trump administration have also revealed that the reason that they're waging war against Venezuela is they want to take over its oil. Now, if you know anything about the long history of U.S. meddling in Venezuela and the U.S. government's many coup attempts in Venezuela, this will not come as a surprise to you. Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves, and U.S. corporations have been desperate to get access to Venezuela's oil ever since back in 2007, when Venezuela's leftist former president Hugo Chavez kicked out U.S. oil corporations and fully nationalized Venezuela's oil industry. This affected three major U.S. oil corporations, ConocoPhillips, Chevron, and ExxonMobil, along with some European oil corporations. And Venezuela said that if these companies wanted to have any business in Venezuela, they could only have a minority stake in joint ventures that would be majority owned by Venezuela's state oil company, PDVSA. So with this policy, the Venezuelan government was saying that the oil of Venezuela belongs to the people of the country, not to foreign corporations. However, according to Donald Trump, Venezuela's oil belongs to the United States. Trump was asked about this by a journalist who pointed out that Trump has declared a full-on naval blockade of Venezuela to try to prevent Venezuela from exporting its oil to China, to starve Venezuela of oil revenue to try to cause an economic crisis that leads to regime change. So this reporter directly asked Trump if the goal of the naval blockade is to bring about regime change in Venezuela. And Trump responded by saying that Venezuela's oil belongs to the U.S., that U.S. corporations want to get access to that oil, and they want to control Venezuela's land. Listen here to this clip. Unfortunately, the audio quality was very low because Trump was speaking right next to a plane that was very loud, but I added subtitles to Trump's very revealing admission here.
Just a blockade. Not going to let anybody going through that shouldn't be going through. You remember they took all of our energy rights. They took all of our oil from not that long ago, and we want it back. But they took it. They illegally took it. Getting land, oil rights, whatever we had, they took it away because we had a president that maybe wasn't watching. But they're not going to do that. We want it back. They took our oil rights. We had a lot of oil there. As you know, they threw our companies out, and we want it back.
Now, note how in that clip, Trump claimed that...
No, hold on, people. No, this is embarrassing, people. This is embarrassing. And that is one of the reasons why I don't deal with crony capitalism. Because what Trump displayed here, right, is the very act of colonialism. That's what they have done. Right? And then the principle of neocolonialism through crony capitalists. So I want to show you the foundation of which Andrew Holness built his empire on. And this man, the same thought process. You get me? And let me talk to Andrew Holness. Because you can't go against Trump policy no time at all, you know, because you're compromised. And this, let me talk to Jamaica. This is one of the reasons why we can't have a compromised prime minister when it comes to foreign policy, geopolitics. People need to understand it. Because if the superior country, right, have and the inferior country, which is Jamaica, right, as it relates to the United States and Jamaica, and where the United States have several things, particularly on Andrew Holness, you know, and him know that too, you know, because Andrew Holness corruption in the Swiss system and United States have that pandemic, you know. So if United States call them and say, listen, man, we want you to do this, Andrew Holness can't retaliate. Him have to ask, how high am I to jump? And that is why Andrew Holness follow Trump in everything. So then, if United States want the Cuban doctors out of Jamaica, Andrew Holness have to follow and send out the Cuban doctors. Now, the question, I'm going to show you something now, the wickedness and what I am going to ask next. Look at this, people. Look at this. Just look at this. The reason to spread your wings in the Caribbean The reason is vicious. Look at these people. Let's look at this. And now to know that it is a lie, it is a rumor, this is unclassified. Look at this.
Since early September, President Donald Trump has ordered a series of controversial military strikes on boats in the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific. The administration says the vessels were smuggling drugs from Venezuela and from Colombia. But officials in both countries and many in Washington are questioning whether that's true and whether these strikes are even legal. It started on September 2nd when President Trump posted a video online that showed what he said was a strike on a, quote, Venezuelan narco-terrorist boat. He claimed the 11 people killed were linked to Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Maduro denied it.
Venezuela es un país libre de producción de hoja de coca, libre de producción de cocaína.
Less than 2 weeks later, there was another strike, this time killing 3 people. When asked by reporters about that strike, Trump said the incident occurred in international waters, and he insisted, quote, we have proof that that boat was carrying drugs because of the cargo that was in the ocean. On September 19th, the third strike followed, killing 3 more people. Trump alleged that they were working for an unspecified, quote, designated terrorist organization. On October 3rd, Trump announced a 4th strike, 4 people killed, claiming that the vessel carried enough drugs to kill, quote, 25 to 50,000 people. Colombian President Gustavo Petro said one of those killed was a Colombian fisherman and was not involved in drug trafficking.
No hay necesidad de tirar misiles, es absolutamente ineficaz. Y no parece estar dirigida esa acción realmente a incautar cocaína, sino a una invasión, que también es absurdamente ilegal.
Trump used the Navy anniversary speech to announce yet another strike, 6 men killed in the Caribbean.
In recent weeks, the Navy has supported our mission to blow the cartel terrorists the hell out of the water.
And just days after that, on October 16th, a strike left 2 survivors. They were quickly handed over to their home countries of Colombia and Ecuador, a move that prevented them from challenging their detention in court. Authorities in Ecuador later declined to...
No, my people, when you look at the atrocities that committed against these people, when you look at that, lies, deception, to gain a political motive, to gain personal benefits. And Andrew Holness support that narrative. You can see the fundamental wrong, the viciousness, the lies. We're speaking about the misinformation that Andrew Holness is speaking about. The disinformation that Andrew Holness is speaking about. The lies. When you go into the Senate and you concocted lies using vital institution that's supposed to provide truthfulness, to concocted lies and sell it to the nation. It is wrong. It is evil, Andrew Holness. It is evil. When you have the director of the PIOJ, the Planning Institute of Jamaica, coming out, talking about poverty dip from 18% to 7.5%, and he knows very well that it's a lie. You are morally bankrupt. Morally bankrupt. So this is what we're talking about, the war against misinformation and disinformation. Ever more often, the Jamaica Labour Party generate these lies, these deceits. Andrew Holness, let me say this before I end. Andrew Holness, there's no even if you use acid to wash him off, he cannot be washed off. There's no justification. Andrew Holness is a demon from the pit of hell. And then why should I believe anything that Andrew Holness speak about? Oh, my sister Pat is calling me. Okay. Sister Pat, what go on? Blessings, my sister.
Yeah, man. You know, I sit down and watch this Senate on your channel.
Yes.
Sit down and watch it. And Mystic, you know what I said? DK Duncan boy.
Embarrassing, man.
He's a total disgrace.
Of course.
Mr. Downright disgrace to his family, to his father fight for, and to the entire Jamaica generation now, generations to come.
Exactly.
That man is so deceiving. When I hear those words coming out of his mouth since day, I cringe.
Unbelievable.
When I was over 30 year crime rate down when Andrew Holness have the highest crime rate other than Prime Minister. And Andrew Holness and the police, the security force still has more people than ever. So they not to kill them when they deserve it. Them fight, go if they shoot off them, no fight gun. Police are tell man say they see man with M16 and him fight. A man have M16, you know, M16, and him have shot in him and him fight here at the police, but he never bust him, but them bust kill him. No, a rich man I go up at 16 and I go fight the police and I lick to die, even if I'm not dead. Eh?
Here you go.
And when you look and see the Cherry Tree murder, when you see the Bagua murder, when you see the other brother, they put a killing man, they forget a woman and pick me a mother. And this man, correct. I feel like this government and Mr. Duncan, in something, them have something on it. I mean, that's some nastiness. And him have to bow to them. But they say dead and have no power, right? If DK Duncan have power, him could not do him. But dead, may his soul rest in eternal peace. I know the ducky are the ghost of a DK Duncan.
Turn, man. Must turn.
That doesn't say you have to be a PNP then. You're big man, you choose a party, fine. But just mash up the country where your father helped to build the democracy, where your father helped to bring a fight within life when Seaga then shoot after him. And when DK have him lick two of them to save Michael Manley, and you come and do this.
It's a disappointment.
Yes, sir, you're a disappointment, you're a disgrace, you're less than a human. And I know your sisters, they can't be good with you. They might have been good with you because of a blood lineage. But nationally, they're not good. It's a disgrace to Jamaica now and Jamaica to come. Later, Mystic.
Blessing, my sister.
You keep show later?
Yeah, man, I keep show. Yes, man, I keep show later, man. I keep show. That's why I'm going to wrap up here now. I have roughly about what 26 minutes. We just want people to call in now. I'm going to engage for the 26 minutes when I have left.
Yeah, man. So, all right. Later.
Okay. Blessings. All right. So these are the things we'll talk about, people. So we have, we have what 25 minutes, right, for wrap up, because we have to forward back into the place, right, to deal with. And we know that we know the Melting Pot will forward on the evening show. Right? So, but as we are saying, the misinformation and disinformation, when I see that, Big Mama, who know much better, you understand, than to come out and try to justify Andrew Holness' involvement in holding Cash Plus, right, and SSL, right? That was a surprise to me because I wouldn't, realize that, Big Mama would have gone so low. That is really really below the bar, people. That you have, Cliff Hughes, right? Who know much better and know say, well, all right. Cash Plus is a Ponzi scheme. Olent is a Ponzi scheme. And SSL is a Ponzi scheme. Right? And you try to twist and turn. Those entities cannot be legitimized. Remember that in the United States and St. Lucia, right? They found Olent boss guilty. You understand? And burn him skin in prison. So I'm saying that if there was a situation as it relates to Jamaica justice system, they wouldn't have found Olent boss guilty. And this is why it's serious when we are talking about Banana Republic. Serious. When they start to, breach the guardrails of justice. Because the guardrails of justice are there to protect the citizen. Right? When you have judges start to rule as it relates to within siding with a political motive, that cannot be right, cannot be correct. Right? And so then here are we now, we are going to witness now that, okay, all right, if Paul Buchanan has to take this case now and go to the Privy Council, and the Privy Council now rule as it relates to in Paul Buchanan's favor. How does it look now on Jamaica? You can't just watch that and say, okay, all right, these are processes that happened before, and it is just the process of the cut and thrust of the judiciary system. No! We can't look at it like that it is the cut and thrust of the judiciary system. Yes, Scholar, Mystic Sensation, you're on the line, my brother. Hey, my sister, what's up?
Yes, man, good evening.
Blessings, my sister.
I hear you beat the hammer hard.
How are you, man? You hammer off the beat, man.
The hammer on him.
Yes.
Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, man, may I hear you loud and clear, my sister?
Okay, I want to ask Auntie One something, and there's Deadman Mackenzie.
Yeah, man, ask them, I listen.
Deadman Mackenzie and Auntie One something. When you now clean up the city, the whole heap of garbage will pile up all over the place at Jamaica. That is going to be another outbreak of disease.
Then you say, Auntie One is going good.
Deadman Mackenzie, what are you doing? What are you doing with Jamaica?
My sister, me feel say like you tell Andrew Holness and Desmond Mackenzie, them not say them are going good.
No, so them follow I say mistake.
Well, all right.
So them follow I say the best prime minister.
Yes.
And at 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
At that them want. That's what they want to live in. All them kind of garbage and rubbish.
Mighty
and
goodness.
flies around them.
Mighty
Man.
goodness.
They must do better than that. They must do better than that. I want to ask Auntie Holness this and Orip come off.
All right.
Auntie Holness, I warn you again. I said this donation, this money, we send on behind a prison. We are all on for the money for. And for your money, you now go thief this one and get away. You now go take this one and get away. The people are suffering. They need help. And we are coming with more needs. Are you coming again and talk about them have we call it ID? And them have land title. You have land title. You and your wife have land title. And Charles, when you have land title, for the land them are going to take a Jamaica and build how much apartment are rent dear and expensive out there. When you paying taxes for those.
Talk about things, my sister.
And the where you book them over Portmore and take the people them off of it. Give the people them what they deserve.
Give
the people what they deserve. Only not pay for the land them only have. All that me want PMP go in, you know. Me want to check them thing they out, you know. Them can't have so much, you know. Them can't go on so, you know. And then when them down in them turn them go sit on one side and I laugh and skin them teeth off of poor people, you know.
Look on the amount of land with Pernell Charles Robbo. Look on the amount of land with Pernell Charles Robbo.
All right.
Vicious, man. Them people are vicious.
Vicious bad, and I pressure the people them. Which part? Them most of them land down at St. Elizabeth and Manchester. It will come from generation to generation. Them the people they never believe in no land title or nothing. So you want to leave the people them out the door, aren't you, honest?
That's exactly what he's going to do.
Me ask God to move you any way possible, from move you out of office, even if you not make you wake up out of your sleep one night when you go to bed. Thank you. Yeah, Mr. I don't want to keep up your time. I want God moving.
All right, blessings. Blessings, my sister. All right, yeah, man, I appreciate the call. Yeah, so I mean, look, here it is. Where Andrew wants to come up with strategies and programs, right, to actually take away people's land. I'm going to say it as it is. Because when we look at the situation, right, that affecting those people after Hurricane Melissa, many of those people, as it relates to what the caller, my sister just said, right, don't really have any land title. They don't have no land title. So, all right. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead, my sister.
Sir, Mystic, go on.
Bless him, my brother. What me I call your sister? Sorry about that, my brother.
Yeah, man, know yourself, man. But boy, you raise up a look one instance I thought, you know, man, with this Trump thing, you know, because
yes.
Suppose the man them go find the island of Jamaica. You can't imagine.
Hey! Hold on, my brother. Because when I saw that, you know that the very same thing come in my mind, my brother.
Then it come to my mind. If the man them ever run in for Venezuela, them way there. Eh?
Me say the same thing come to my mind.
Jamaica. Mighty God.
But here it is that you have somebody with a think in terms of, you understand the way I'm thinking, because I say, if they do that to Venezuela, you understand? And it seems like, one to Geneva Conference law, one to the international law, right? Yeah. Them can't come out and say, listen, you're dead wrong.
You understand?
And then they're going to stand up and watch him, you understand, doing manipulation, because this might cause World War III, you know. Because Russia is going to defend Venezuela, you know.
Yeah. And what is, in terms of imagining the worst case scenario for Jamaica, I mean, the US would have no resistance coming from our government with a politically exposed person like Andrew and his
Bolo, but let me say this, Bolo. Let me say this to you. You have mentioned the right thing, and that is one of the reasons why, Bolo, that a prime minister must not be compromised. Because to the fact that, you understand, let us talk about presumption then. You understand, just to be careful. That his actions may hit the Swiss system. Isn't that strong evidence that the United States can use on him, just like what they did as it relates to Panama? When they moved Noriega. Remember, you know, that Noriega, you understand, had done things and hit the Swiss system, you know. That's why America moved him out, you know, because he was going now, because the Panamanian Canal contract was going to up, and him decided, say him now go sign it back to United States. United States say, what? You can't say that. And we have the ship on you. Well, we are going to move you.
Yeah.
So, well, you're saying the same thing now.
We know them in trip. So, yeah, that's what I think. It's a very serious situation. I mean, I don't know if people are absorbing that people in brain are really say right now. Understand?
But what you know, Bolo?
For what is to come, Jamaica. For what is to come.
Of course. Me love you mention the point, the Bolo. All right. Any more point, my brother?
No, man, respect, man.
All right.
Respect yourself,
Blessings, my brother. All blessings. Right. All right. All right, let me take the next caller. Yes, Sister P. Hello? Yes.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, man.
You know, what me call him up to tell you?
Yes.
If me if you see $4.6 million almost US that to Rwanda government to run what kind of system, electoral system should already in Jamaica. Look up in there.
Okay, all right.
It depend Rwanda page or Rwanda newspaper.
All right, we'll go look it up.
Rwanda,
If anything, we carry it later.
4.6. Yeah, 4.6 million. Almost US again, Jamaica.
Okay. All right. Blessings. All right, people. Remember, if you go over and endorse Bolo, because Bolo are one of the general out there what work hard. So people who know sub up to Bolo, want to make sure so don't go over and sub up to Bolo. All right. So this is what we are saying as it relates to sovereignty, right? In terms of Venezuela sovereignty. Because what is happening is just that the United States is outrightly breaching that under pretext that, you know, it is the war on drugs. And I'm saying, look how easy is that? That you can just come up with a pretext. You understand? But apart from the pretext, let's just go beyond the pretext because people died as a result of that pretext. Over 72 people got killed, you know. As it relates to what Donald Trump concocted, right, in terms of wanting to breach Venezuela's sovereignty all over the aisle, if you take them on the aisle. You understand? And came out with that blatantly. So then, what is going to remedy the situation with those people who got killed? Right? Or the families are going to be remedied as it relates to that. And then how it look, right? And those Caribbean countries who supported him in terms of that pretext, which what? False. Lie. So how do they look now? Trinidad and Tobago, right, supported him outright, you know. Right? Jamaica went up on the borderline. You understand? Until them claim say the JCF find drugs and then Jamaica went up on the borderline. You understand? Andrew Holness used diplomacy in terms of supporting Donald Trump, talking about war on drugs in the Caribbean, where Jamaica is one of the lead island as it relates to drug transshipment. You understand? And yet, again, how could it be war on drugs that you are trying to now pressure Venezuela for war on drugs? And in the same breath, you have released the Honduran president, what charged you over 320 tons of cocaine. So make it make sense. How does it make sense? Right? You can't just come up with them sort of disinformation here, right? Concocted lies to gain you. And this is this very same thing that Andrew Holness is doing in Jamaica. Look at what the Senate done today under the direction of Tom Tavares, who came out openly and to a lie on the PNP about the PNP locking up Marcus Garvey. Eh? When the PNP did not even exist. Look at that. Tom Tavares, you should have shame yourself. Shame yourself. And you are part and parcel, you understand, of the concoction of the lies that you told today in the Senate about Andrew Holness carrying on crime. I'm not going to be a party of that to endorse that no time, because that's a lie. So for those who want to believe that Andrew Holness carried on crime, come and know how you can carry on crime, and your deputy prime minister and the minister of national security can't travel. No shame. More know if no shame. Eh? And then, not tell people say, the crime I want to carry on. Look here. I'm going to some little history because I have 10 more minutes so I can talk to the people. The crime I want to say now carried on. I want to tell people say Jamaica Labour Party has the more affiliated with most of the gangs in Jamaica. And it is the Jamaica Labour Party, you understand, gangs who are committing the atrocities in Jamaica. Now, I could talk. Because I'm going to dig up the evidence and show the people in it. You know who they talk about? You know, fight crime and carry on crime and crime gone down to 40%. You know, don't you realize that these so-called crime that you are fighting are the gangs that affiliated with the Jamaica Labour Party? You don't know that. Particularly when it comes to St. James. Most of them gang that were in St. James, a Jamaica Labour Party them support. Most of them would have commit crime. A Jamaica Labour Party them support. You don't never know that. Horace Chang, Charles Sinclair, you know that. Most of them gang there. What come from out of Flanker, come from out of Glendevon, come from out of Rosemount. How would them support? You don't not tell the people them that. A Jamaica Labour Party them support. The Stone Crusher, you name it. Yes. The biggest gang in Jamaica. The biggest gang worldwide. The biggest gang that do more damages in the United States and Jamaica. Which gang is that? Which gang is that? Tivoli. The shower posse. So now let us talk about now the crime where you fight. You fight, and you want people crime you reduce. If you are to reduce, if you are saying that you are reducing crime, you are reducing your own people crime. You know what I tell Jamaican that? Who show a massive affiliate with it? Show a massive show a posse affiliated with PNP? Eh? So when you come out and not talk about, you understand, reducing crime and never before and rare black. Talk who they commit the crime. Talk who is committing the crime and which party them affiliated with. You never know that. The Jamaica Labour Party do no research. Go and do no research. So so when you're talking about you carrying down crime and rare blah blah blah, it's your own Jamaica Labour Party people, them affiliates, confederates, you understand, associates, whatever you want to call them, gang bangers, at them they commit the crime in Jamaica. Right? Am I lying? Talk to me now, JLP. After Fitzhenley, talk to me. Am I lying? Eh? Horace Chang. Because one of the allegations against Horace Chang, you understand that Horace Chang himself, based on allegation, give some of them gang members the gun. That is a popular narrative out there. That since Horace Chang take over constituency in St. James, right, it's worse as it relates to him being the Minister of Security and his parish, his constituency, commit the most crime. So, so this goes to show you that most of the people who committing crime in Jamaica are affiliated with the Jamaica Labour Party. So, don't you want to say if you come out and talk? And that's no lie, that's facts. Majority of the gangs associated with Jamaica Labour Party, majority of them commit the crime in Jamaica. And so then, guess what? Anywhere you swing it, Jamaica Labour Party, you're the culprit. You're the magnet that attached to these things. So we find it ironic that you fighting against crime, absorbing a Minister of National Security who can't travel, who came out into WikiLeaks to be involved in gun transshipment and drugs. Crime fighting shouldn't be on the lips. Crime fighting shouldn't be on the lips any at all. Right? What really and truly should be on your lips. You people are violent producers. That is what should be on your lips. Right? I would like for you, when you come back after the Christmas, speak on how many gangs affiliated with the Jamaica Labour Party and how many gangs, right, as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party, committed atrocities all over the island of Jamaica. Right? You're talking about you carrying down crime and you want to, and this is it, you know, just to show you how Andrew Wall is a real dirty scammer, you know, people. Just like what he's doing as it relates to physical discipline. Say that he's the father of physical discipline. Real old scammer, and him just can't help himself. Can't. And in no way him can't help himself. Him have to show it. Right? So you concocted a little thing now where Abkafis Henley, right, lead it out in the Senate, and the one time Tavares, you understand? They go on like him no know nothing about it, you know. Them concocted it. Go on like him no know nothing about it, you know. But that's something what them planning, you know. You understand? And then come out. You see now Charles Sinclair, you understand, and DK Duncan Jr., something what them plan, them come out. You understand? If you tell Jamaica lie, disinformation and misinformation, and at the same time reverse psychology, claim say them a war against misinformation and disinformation. Then on the same thing Andrew wants to do. You understand? Big up the Integrity Commission investigators. And when them big up the Integrity Commission investigators in the 2020, 2021, when they start to investigate him backside, you understand? Him no want the Corruption Act, you understand, to be eliminated. Now Andrew wants behavior this. And behavior, not change. So people have to pay attention to him. MO is modus operandi. And then, you know, nothing what them come out and sell, people not believe it. Just dismiss them. Nothing what them come out and say. Right? And so that's how we know positively that the JPS situation, worse, let me warn you, worse is going to become of that. Right? And we are just waiting. When you see what Darrell Vars did with the bus, the very same thing. And when time Darrell Vars are doing wickedness, you know, if you notice, Darrell Vars have a little thing about him, you know. You see, anytime man doing wickedness, you see him appeal to a side as if he's doing good. And then he start to blame the opposition that, oh, you don't want the school children and to get the bus, and oh, what a wickedness, and where. He is the same one robbing the money. So now he's in a bind because we find him out. We know him. This is you, Darrell Vars. You have to explain the $1.4 billion that you so-called spend. You understand, to have 110 buses. And the only amount of buses where you have on the island right now is 60. What to the 50 buses? What happened to the 50 buses? So then you make the matter worse now, Darrell Vars. The matter is really worse. So let me ask you, is it $1.4 billion for 60 buses? No, sir. Hey, hold on there. $1.4 billion for 60 buses? So Darrell Vars, you need to come out and explain this. Because the money already spent. So then, if you only have 60 buses, how much of that out of the 1.4 that you have spent? And how much remaining? So then if I spent half the entire $1.4 billion, which that is what you said, it has already spent. What happened to the 110 bus? Me never know say you have somebody. If me go to a supermarket, you know, and me go there to buy 10 mangoes, just for argument's sake, and me have all of my money for my 10 mangoes. You can't give me 6 mangoes, you know. You can't give me, no, hold on. How can a system go so? What kind of system go like that? What kind of procurement would have gone like that? Tell me. That don't make no sense, Darrell Vars. And as I say, Jerry and Neville can't save you. So no matter wet them up on any bus and ask them to follow you. Because what Jerry and Neville, they are going to do is to pull you down on your face. And you are going to be exposed. You have to come out, Darrell Vaz, and you have to explain what happened to the remaining amount of money. Did you spend all of that money for 60 buses under the pretext that there would be 110 new buses? That was what you first used. And we show the evidence with Danville Walker. And when the bombshell dropped, Danville Walker take time to walk out of it. You think we don't remember that? So you come talk to me, you come talk to me good enough. Come talk to me good. As it relates to them 110 buses there. So you come, you prepare yourself. Whatever Uberman you want to go to, wherever you want to find them, you understand? I am doing this because I want the Auditor General to make sure that the Auditor General is investigating this particular item. I am also speaking, I want the People's National Party, the opposition, to also make reference on this item. Opposition, we need some clarity. Isaac Buchanan, we need some clarity on that. We want you guys to focus on the return of Parliament. This should be one of the issues that you people been interested to raise for us. We, the people of Jamaica, want answers about the buses. So remember when you come back out of Parliament, you know, after the Christmas holiday, you eat up all of the cake one want to eat up. You understand? All of the sorrow you want to drink up. Make sure so when you come back out, right? Be hot on day one. Day one must be hot. These issues are concerning to the Jamaican people. And the two issues are what Darrell Vaz surrounded himself, because we know that Darrell Vaz is the magnet of corruption. Anyway, you see Darrell Vaz, corruption did it. Anything what Darrell Vaz participated in, corruption is there. So Jamaican people, please, parliamentarians, opposition, make it a point of your duty that the buses, the school buses, is a topic of concern when you go back into Parliament. My Jamaican people may have to go prepare for later, you know, because you know, say later we have come out with fire, you know. And we want to say big thanks for all of those who passed through Mystic Sensation. Right, you're here to get the truth and simple truth. When we talk about the truth, we have the facts to present. Right, no misinformation and disinformation. Because going forward, Mystic Sensation is on the war part against misinformation and disinformation. My people, one love, more love, big up yourself and blessings. All right, I am out. Catch you later, people. Tune in later. Melting pot will be here. Yes, the hammer and the sledge. Blessing all. Blessings. All right, I'm out.
I know why you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.